I need your love, I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high, I come alive. I need to be free with you tonight. I need your love. I need your love.
Hey, what is up guys? Topher here, bringing you another high-level Halo Wars commentary today. We're going to be playing on Crevice against Sam the Bold and metaloidmonkey, and they'll be running Cutter Arbiter, and I will be with Pursue all day, and we too will be running Cutter Arbiter. So, I've uploaded a lot of Crevice games. It's probably the map I've uploaded on most, but I mean, what can I say? I guess it's just the map that produces the most decent to good games that I play on. So yeah, here's yet another Crevice game. I like to be able to upload other maps, but unfortunately, this is all I have at the moment. I really only have this one and maybe one or two other videos I can upload because I've really been slacking on playing the game and recording. This last month or so, I haven't recorded in really a month. But maybe I'll get on top of that now that I look at my files and see that I pretty much have nothing to upload anymore. Um, but yeah, this is just going to be a pretty standard start. I'm just going to be going Barracks third on my main and trying to get into the hooks, and Pursue is going to be playing offense. Their Arbiter metaloidmonkey is probably going to play offense too, because it's just how Crevice works and how the spawn layout is. Both Arbiters are most likely going to be walking through the middle to get to the other side and probably hit the other cubby, while me and Sam will just be trying to, assuming he doesn't go hogs, we'll just be both using our barracks and trying to get Marines everywhere. I'm going to send my first two Marines into the middle because the cubby spawned across from me, which means he's probably not going to be really going for that side hook. So I can delay getting that side hook for a while. And the middle ones are where the real fight for the hooks is going to be happening. But Metal is just going to be using his ghost and being annoying, so I'm just going to try to pick up money on his side while not losing my Warthog. And yeah, it looks like I got one Marine through the middle pretty cleanly, but my other Marine is probably going to get rammed a couple times and probably not quite get to the reactor safely. And I'm just going to be having to throw up another reactor on my main, which is fine with me. That's normally what I do anyways, whether I get hooks or not. And my third Marine is going to the side, and I'll be able to cube a depot pretty soon here with my two tech. So I try to click that middle with a Marine, but it doesn't get in even for a split second for me to queue a depot. So that's kind of unfortunate, but my other Marine does hop in now, and I can queue up two depots right now. So yeah, now I'm just sending more Marines to the middle trying to get hooks, and that's pretty much what's going on. So I guess in other news, the Cincinnati Bengals are starting out the season 3-0 when they're ranked pretty much a consensus top 3 or 4 in power rankings, which I'm pretty ecstatic about. They're doing pretty amazing considering they're pretty injured right now. So I'm having fun watching the Bengals every weekend, and yeah, it's just a good time. Us Bengals fans. We haven't exactly had the best experiences. We've lost the first round of the playoffs the last 3 years in a row. Ever since I was born, the Cincinnati Bengals haven't won a playoff game, or haven't won a playoff game since I've been born. If that gives you any indication, the last time they actually won a playoff game was in 1989 when in the AFC Championship game. So it's been a rough life. Not only that, the Cincinnati Reds haven't been doing so hot either these last few years. They go into the playoffs, but they keep getting denied in the first round. So yeah, we have a pretty rough year in Cincinnati, but hopefully everyone else's sports teams are doing pretty well. And they're enjoying watching some football again, because I know I am. So back to the game a little bit. Metal ended up grabbing the middle hook. When he walked through, which is somewhat interesting. I've seen it done a couple of times from a few different people, But I'm not really too sure how I feel about it. I mean, it kind of works, but I feel like it kind of doesn't. I don't know. It's pretty much up in the air in my opinion right now. But I do have a Spartan tank now that has a canny almost done, so I'm gonna be able to push off this Arbiter relatively quick. Um, because he probably doesn't want to be raging Spartan canny tanks this early into the game, and he's probably gonna drop that one summit, but nothing else. So that's gonna be pretty good for Pursue because he's too just building air. It kind of sucks that he lost his summit, but I'm sure he's doing the same thing to Metaloid, even though I'm not looking on the other side of the map. And I'm sure Sam is also trying to push off his Arbiter on the other side of the map, just like I am. But he probably doesn't have Canny, if I had to guess, because he is only in one hook, it appears, while I was in two. And normally you only build one reactor pretty early, but he is flaming out of the side reactor, which kind of sucks. I can still pump my tanks, so it's not the biggest deal, but pretty much that just means he's going to be able to get canny. But at least I do get this tank down here, and I get to canny. His marine sitting outside because metaloid's in it, and I'm able to try to take them both of these units out of the reactor. So that's going to be pretty good, and it's going to help Pursue because this is going to prevent Metaloid from building any more vampires if he was planning on building any. It looks like he has one right there. And I'm not too sure if he has repeating cannon already. I would assume he does. But it looks like since I'm pretty sure I killed Metaloid's Arbiter and Pursue ended up recalling Black Bar, and this is actually going to be a big payoff for us because he's going to run to the middle while they're trying to kill my tanks. Pursue's air and RB is just going to rage everything, and Metaloid lost a bunch of air to Pursue's Arbiter. So keeping that that red bar Arbiter alive really helped us out in this scenario. So I'm trying to sneak another Marine into the middle. We just traded some cannies, or I don't think he had canny quite yet, but I got some cannies off and I snuck back in the middle. So I'm back on Tech 3. And I have the two middle hooks, and I'm sending two Flamers over to take Sam out of his reactor, or attempt to. I know the Marine's probably pretty starred up, so I'm not too sure. Two stars. I'm not too sure the Flamer's actually going to be able to take it out, but hopefully it will, because that could allow me to get power turret uh, if I can take him out of that and hold these two hooks for a little bit. But yeah, I send one tank over to my side reactor to try to take him out of my hook. And while I'm just trying to continue to try to fight for these middle hooks as best I can, looks like Pursuit came boosted back to the middle to try to help me. And it looks like Metaloid sent his Banshees over and at the last second killed my Flamer that almost killed the Marine in the hook. And because I was all unit microing, my tank got pulled back and it looks like it's still driving back. So that's a micro mistake right there. Because now my tank isn't going to this tank killing him out of the side reactor like it should have been. Now I finally realize it and send it back, and I'm sending this Marine because obviously I'm going to want to hop in that reactor. So Metaloid finds my tanks, but he doesn't really want to engage because I have about 4 tanks, and he doesn't have too many Banshees, so he probably lose a decent amount. He's probably trying to just keep his numbers up, while it looks like I think I told Pursued to take Sam out of that reactor, and I believe he did. But now they're double teaming the middle reactors to try to get me out, and I can't pump tanks right now. So I'm pretty much just going to be building up money until I can get this Marine into the side hook, and then I'll be all good to go, and I'll be able to pump tanks again because I'll have Tech 2. Yeah, pretty much. So this game's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure both Cubbies went mostly Banshees. Both of them might have built a couple of Vampires. Yeah, it looks like Pursue's building Vampires now, but they're both building a majority Banshee and a couple Vampire mix. It looks like Metal is actually all Banshees. That's something I know that he likes to do is just plan for the base trade and then go all Banshees. But I don't really think that works. But I guess it can work sometimes if the other team isn't smart enough to split their vampires, yeah, and go back and like kill a bunch of the Banshees while they have the other split on offense, so that way they can boost back and try to kill all the tanks while the vampires are all back. It's just a pretty hectic scenario, but in some situations it does work, and others it doesn't. But in this game, we are going mostly Banshee still, so it's all kind of relative. It's just going to be a crazy mostly Banshee tank fight, which is not necessarily the norm on this map. Normally one team tries to go like all vampires, but it looks like Pursue did only build like 1 or 2 vampires anyways in the end. So I am holding this middle, and I am on full pop right now. So I'm just sitting here trying to sneak into the middle to get power turret. But they push down to the middle, and I get my candies off. I killed 2 tanks, I believe. I haven't lost anything yet. I did loot, like, my tanks did get weakened, but I haven't lost a single tank yet. And I believe I killed 2 of his. So I am on 4 tech right now. I'm on 750 bucks. I'm just trying to get power turret queued. I'm going back. I'm just spam clicking it. I know I'm getting taken out of that reactor right now, and I don't have time to even look back to the middle. But it looks like Sam, for some reason, backed out. I think Pursue pushed him off with Banshees, which is really good because now I'm still on Tech 4. I don't really need that anymore. But Pursue, by sending all his air in, bought time for me to get power turret queued. And it looks like Metaloid's Banshees ended up running off to try to take Pursue out of the side hook to take him off Tech 2. And there might be, the Insane might be trying to send a Marine over there right now. I see a little blue blob, or green blob on the map. So now I'm full pop. I have power turret queued. I have 3 Spartans. And now I have more than, I'm upgrading my Spartans. I have more than enough money to drop a heal. So I'm just going to do that real quick to heal my red bars. And I tell Pursue that they're taking me out of that side hook. And I think Pursue said he doesn't have enough air to really deal with it or something. So it looks like we're just going to let Sam sit in that middle hook. Or, I mean, not that middle hook, my side hook. Because we do have 3 out of 4 hooks on the map still. And that one hook isn't going to allow Sam to just have power turret all of a sudden. So I'm getting Neural Implant queued. He sent a Marine to the middle for some reason. He sent a Marine to the middle, even though he never took me out of it. So I guess he was planning on being able to actually take me out of it when he sent that Marine down. But he obviously ran his tanks away because of Pursue's air before he could even take me out of one of the middle hooks. So now that I have power turret and they don't, I'm going to be pushing because there's no reason for me not to. I have full pop and a tech lead, and I'm going to be going to hit the unit at C because I want to drop depots. I want to make sure that they don't have power turret going up, and if they do, that's my first priority to kill. Because if we have power turret and they don't, then we pretty much can just win the game. And it looks like on the mini map that they are going to try to base trade us. Pursue sent his air to the back to double check that he didn't have power turret going up on a back depot. But with his tanks being over there, it looks like they're going to attempt to go for the base trade. It looks like Metaloid's Banshees are on my base, and Sam is swinging around the side to try to go around and hit Pursue's main. But I tell Pursue this is happening, so he just looks over and sees it, and he's going to hit all of his air back, it looks like. I have full pop power turret, so I can pretty much deal with a bunch of air because I have neural implant and all that good stuff. I flare that base over there because I know that that's the base that Sam's going to be taking in the base trade. So I just want Pursue to make sure Pursue knows that. And Pursue built I think 6 or 7 vampires, so he's going to easily be able to go back and deal with that air while I basically just do the whole base trade thing and kill all the bases. And he's just going to do his best to kill everything on defense. So I'm sitting on a good amount of money here. Sam doesn't have that many tanks. He's definitely not full pop, it looks like. And Pursue's doing a good job of dealing with that air back there. So I'm just going to be able to kill this base. And I'm going to be taking bases on the base trade because obviously the quicker I can get my bases on their side build up, the better it's going to be for us. And here's that base I flared earlier that I knew that Sam was going to take. And I'm just going to drop a Mac real quick. And when I split one tank off, and I'll just canny it and spin it in circles and eventually kill that base. But this game's over. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Local units. Your team is victorious.